Welcome back, Nick Lenz, Comic Corner Classics, last non-classic. This episode number 831 and Doubleshot number 725. I got two trades from Neil Gaiman. Yep, well, stuff written by him anyways. First up, it is something from Vertigo. This is Books of Magic. Yeah, this is the original 4-issue limited series written by Neil Gaiman. It came out in 1990. Yeah, can you believe this particular miniseries is 28 years old? Yeah, it's been 28 years since the first issue came out for this miniseries, and the current book published by Vertigo is actually a follow-up to this one and ignoring the ongoing series that came out in the 90s for some reason. Maybe because Neil Gaiman had nothing to do with it. That's probably the reason why. The main character of the series is Timothy Hunter. Now, some people will kind of describe this character as sort of Neil Gaiman's take on Harry Potter. Here's kind of the thing from what I looked up. This came out before the first book even came out. Though there is similarities. Yeah, of course, the Hood being the savior. Though elements of this character was incorporated to his rebooted version in New 52 when he joined Justice League Dark. And this book is just him getting introduced to the supernatural side of the DC universe. Meet various supernatural-based characters, including one of Neil Gaiman's characters. He meets Neil Gaiman's Sandman, Morpheus. He also meets Cain and Abel from the House of Mystery, House of Secrets series, the two people who are so respectively. But the first characters he runs into are the Trenchcoat Brigade. Yep. Who are these four individuals? It's John Constantine, Phantom Stranger, Mr. E, and Dr. Occult. Of the four of them, two are very well-known characters. The other two are not very well-known. But those four are not the only supernatural-based characters, along with the Sandman, Cain, and Abel show up in here. We also see appearances by the Spectre, Dr. Fate. Yes, Dr. Fate. Let's see, who else? Dr. Nimbus, who's a minor who's not that really big of a DC sorcerer. Heck, even Santana herself shows up in here, along with her late father. Yep, Giovanni Santana, he shows up in here as well. Yep, this is by far a really damn good miniseries, and I highly recommend people fans of Neil Gaiman. And plus, it's a good prerequisite to read before you get a chance to read the new ongoing series that just started just last month. Yep, just started just last month. I'm going to give this one roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's actually not that bad. Despite published under Vertigo, there's no nudity in it, and no swearing. Here's one that apparently is really weird of a miniseries. This one's also Neil Gaiman. Oh, who does the artwork in here? This is done by a few different artists. Excuse me. This is done by John Button, Scott Hampton, Charlie Voss, and Paul Johnson. Yeah, those four are the artists of this one. This one is a bit weird, but it's interesting. It has sort of a weird ending to it. Though this is by far going to be the second miniseries Marvel I read that I reviewed where it has one of the most bizarre endings and has a bizarre concept to it and how these characters even got here. This is Marvel 1602, written by Neil Gaiman, artwork by Andy Kubert. Yep, Andy Kubert does the artwork. Yeah. What is this miniseries? This is simply put an alternate take on the Marvel Universe. Yeah. Of course, who this guy here? That's supposed to be Raj. As for who he is, it's particularly very weird. Now, there are 3 real-life people actually in this miniseries. One is a woman named Virginia Dare, who was a real-life person. She's not very well known due to the fact that she disappeared like a little over 400 years ago. Yeah, she's from the colony of Roanoke. Yep, the same colony that was off the coast of North Carolina, though at that point it was part of the Virginia colony. There are 2 other real-life people in this miniseries, Queen Elizabeth I and King James I, also known as King James the Seventh of Scotland. Yep, first of 2 King James. Was going to be 3rd King James, but he since been exiled. But he was exiled. Yep. Now, there are various versions of various characters. You have the 1602 versions of the X-Men, well, the original 5 X-Men, along with Nick Fury, Spider-Man, who actually has powers in various miniseries, Daredevil, the Black Widow, Toad, Magneto, Quicksilver, like a good chunk of the known characters. Heck, even Thor shows up in here as well. Yes, Thor shows up in here in his traditional in his Norse mythology garb, though he doesn't have a red beard. Yeah, though he is wearing the traditional armor. He did wear this armor in the 90s. Yes, he did wear this armor in the 90s. I've read some comics where he wore this armor. Yeah, Nick Fury is one of the very few characters who actually is pretty consistent with his regular counterpart, except he is one of the driving forces of the series. Heck, even Doctor Doom shows up in here as well, and he's not even scarred, though he does get scarred later on. And apparently his first name is Otto in this continuity, which is kind of weird. And he has the nickname of Otto the Handsome. I think I named Otto. I'm like, is this Dr. Octopus? Nope. Dr. Octopus is nowhere in this miniseries at all. There is an appearance at the end of it of the 16th version of the Hulk. By the way, this character does come back in, I think it was Hulk Broken Worlds miniseries, showed up in issue 2 where he decided to kill King James I. Yeah, he actually killed him. There's something in real life that the King James I actually died of natural causes. He wasn't murdered by the Hulk. Yeah, though that was the writer of that miniseries doing that. Though that was 2-issue miniseries. Let's see. There is a version of Doctor Strange in here. He actually dies. Yes, Doctor Strange actually dies by being beheaded. Yeah, and according to King James, the reason why he actually is executed is not because he's a magician. Oh no, because he's a traitor. Yeah, and the mutants are known as the witch breed. Yep, the witch breed. Yeah, the original, and here's the thing. The original lineup of the X-Men is in here, which is basically Professor Xavier, who is known as Carlos Xavier. He's basically a Hispanic character, along with Scott, Beast, along with Cyclops, Beast, Jean Grey, though a lot of the characters assume that Jean Grey is a boy, even though it's actually a girl. As a matter of fact, Angel developed sort of a good friendship with him. Well, her anyways. Scott is practically the only character who knows that Master Grey, as he's called, is in fact a girl. Yeah, not born until later. Let's see. Virginia Dare is depicted sort of like, this is actually expanded upon in the Spider-Man 16-2 miniseries. She's depicted as the 16-2 version of Gwen Stacy. Yes, a blonde woman who gets involved with Spider-Man. Yep. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's also a version of the Fantastic Four in here, which they apparently were dead for some point until they revealed to be killed. They revealed to have been held hostage by Doctor Doom in Latveria of all places. Yes, Latveria does exist in this continuity. Yeah. Okay. What about Raj? Okay, this particular guy revealed to be the bodyguard of Virginia Dare. Who is this guy really? He's Captain America from the future. I'm not kidding. It's Captain America. How he got here is one of the most bizarre explanations I've ever seen. Apparently, the Purple Man used his power to get himself elected president of the United States and managed to also keep it where he stays permanently in office, president for life. Seriously? Why the heck would anybody want to take the Purple Man seriously as president? I'm thinking, the Purple Man, seriously. Yeah, a character was created by Stan Lee back in the 60s. And this is a character that is basically, despite being somewhat of a semi-serious villain, no one takes this guy seriously. And apparently the only writer who actually gave a damn, gave this guy being a good villain for someone besides Daredevil was Brian Michael Bendis by making him the arch nemesis of Jessica Jones. Oh, in case you're wondering, is there versions of Iron Fist and Luke Cage in here? Nope. They're nowhere to be seen. Heck, there's not even a version of Tony Stark in here, which I thought that was weird. Yeah, there's a version of Daredevil, though he's not actually Daredevil, but it is Matt Murdock. There's a version of Snake, of all people, who becomes, yeah, and there's also Magneto was referred to as the Grand Inquisitor, and he later on forms the Brotherhood, minus Mastermind, for some reason. Yep. This by far was a really good miniseries, despite the weirdness of what goes on with Captain America. At one point, Nick Fury knocks out Cap and takes him back to the colony. Apparently, they all live in Roanoke. Yeah, the colony that disappeared. And to this day, no one has ever found out what the heck happened to that colony. It's basically one of the biggest mysteries of the last 500 years. Yes, it is that big a mystery. Nobody knows. As for why Neil Gaiman chose 1602 as a name of this particular year, it's also the year that Elizabeth I died. Now in here, it's revealed that she was assassinated not by King James the First. No, she was revealed to be assassinated by an assassin sent by Doctor Doom. In real life, she actually died of natural causes. And yes, the way they picked her in here, it's semi-accurate. Heck, they even have her basically in the white chalk look, which is a look that she sported from when I've seen pictures of her later in life. Oh yeah, and they've heard there was no lady, which is true. Though she actually died, I think she was in her 60s when she died. Yeah. But this is actually a really good miniseries. It's had a few follow-ups to it as well. There's 1602 New World, 1602 Fantastic Four. Yes, that's really the name of the title. Along with Spider-Man 1602. And surprisingly, Spider-Man 1602 is one of the very few Spider-Men to never show up either in Spider-Verse. Heck, he doesn't even show up in Spider-Man Guy Dan. In the Spider-Guy Dan crossover, which is kind of weird. But this is a really good miniseries. I do highly recommend people fans of Neil Gaiman and Marvel Comics, because it's a fresh take on the Marvel Universe. Though not many of the characters, basically a lot of the characters who basically had a hand. Like, if you look at every single character who pops up in this miniseries, pretty much Stan Lee is credited for creating a lot of these characters, except of course for Captain America. I would say, with the exception of Captain America, everybody else he's credited for co-creating pretty much all the characters in here. Well, of course, this is the various takes on. Clea, I don't think was credited as a character created by Stan Lee. That was probably a different creator who did that one. But this is actually really good. I want to show some artwork, and this artwork is fantastic. I love Andy Kubert's artwork. Never got a chance to meet the guy. He was actually at a con I actually went to, but I actually could not find it. I could not find him. Yeah, I think it was. No, I don't think it's because I forgot about him. I think because there was a long line for him. Yeah, because he's that popular of an artist. And plus, also, the guy is the son of the late Joe Kubert. And like Joe Kubert, the guy's basically developed a good name for himself. Him and his brother, Adam Kubert. Yep. I'm going to give this miniseries a 9.5 out of 10. It's really, really good. I do highly recommend it. Yeah, it's weird though that this miniseries spawned 3 miniseries and of course short story from Hulk Broken Worlds. Yeah, but at least that it basically proved to be a good success for Marvel. Despite this series being really long at 8 issues, you're thinking 8 issues miniseries. A lot of the time lately, that number is generally reserved for crossover miniseries. Yes, stuff like Secret Invasion, Civil War 2, Secret Empire, stuff like that. Yeah, because normally a lot of miniseries nowadays lasts about 4 or 5 issues, not 8. Yeah, though this particular miniseries came out it wasn't 2002, in case you're wondering. No, it did not come out in 2002. This came out in 2004. And look, I got a trade that's actually in really good condition. So yeah, this particular miniseries came out 14 years ago, and it's still really good. Yeah, despite the whole weirdness of the Purple Man, and apparently he convinced the world to capture all the superheroes and execute them. Yeah, they even show older versions of Spider-Man and Daredevil, who apparently never execute in the future for some strange reason. Yeah, I get maybe Daredevil because he's an old enemy of Purple Man's, but why Spider-Man? Spider-Man, as far as I know, has never fought the Purple Man. In his long history, these two have never fought. I mean, if you look at Purple Man, he's only fought 3 superheroes. Yeah, 3. He's fought Daredevil. He's fought Luke Cage. Yeah, Luke Cage really actually have fought Purple Man. And Jessica Jones. Currently in the Marvel Universe, Purple Man's dead. If you want to know how he died, he got shot in the head by Kraven the Hunter. Toward the end of the Jessica Jones ongoing series that came out recently. That was done by Brian Michael Bendis. The relaunch series has pretty much... It's sort of a continuation of the previous comic, but it's doing its own thing, though it's digital, which I don't like. I kind of wish it was a regular printed series, but We're kind of moving that age anyways. Okay, so that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my next review where I'm going to talk about, well, for the next few episodes, I'm going to talk about trades that I purchased recently from Ollie's. One is a standalone trade. The other one's the first of a 2 trade series. You'll find out what they are in the next episode, but they are Marvel trades. Yep. Until I see you next review. Bye.